Bonsoir, 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 and welcome to your favorite sports program on a Thursday night sports wrap. Good night. I'm Lockett Sebastian and
Ron Lander,
Dr. Thompson Fontaine,
Monsieur Leblanc.
Oh, bonsoir, bonsoir. Well, as is customary, we will start with our prayer. Right away, Pastor Rodney will lead us in prayer.
Father, we are always grateful for your goodness. We have depended upon you for taking care of us. And today is no different. We thank you for today. We are grateful, Father God, you blessed us. You've caused us to be here in the land of the living, and for that we are so grateful. We continue to do, Father God, the things that we believe we are called to do. And so we ask that you will keep empowering us. And for this program especially, Father, I ask that you'll give wisdom, that you'll empower with more knowledge, that you'll cause the knowledge to be delivered in such a way that it's palatable to all the listeners. And Father God, at the end, the listeners will be educated, they'll be informed, they will even be entertained, Lord, but all to make them a better people. I ask that you will bless this program, lift the spirits of the hosts, and cause, Father God, every one of them to function in unison, even when they disagree on some things, that at the end of it, Father God, you will be seen, your glory will be manifest, and the people will be enhanced. Thank you for blessing this program tonight, we pray. In Jesus' name, amen.
Sports Wrap, your dynamic, riveting weekly sports show on June.
Yes, Jerry Lloyd, and he says, "You love it, lang you asimwe." That's what. Anyway, tonight we're going to be speaking football. We'll have the FAPRO to tell us what happened last weekend. I think we are finalists now for the Premier League playoff. And this weekend, there's the basketball, the best of five starts, the Premier League basketball. So we'll have both coaches who will join us. The BA Sharks coach is Jerry Williams, and I think the Pearbush Eagles is coached by Leonard Paul. So we'll have both of them. And we have to talk about cricket, This morning I see West Indies. They lost the match they should have won after they were in a bad shape. They should have won the game eventually because 12 runs in the final over, you have to back the winning team. And I think they messed up. And we'll discuss there'll be a lot of tactics I don't understand because you have a spinner, he bowls 2 overs in 2 matches. I try to understand that.
True.
See, I don't understand. So this is something we have to discuss. And guys, the Indian women are millionaires now, guys. When you World Cup, the Indian girls are millionaires. Yeah, afterward. But you watch a game? You guys watch a game last Sunday?
Yes, oh, absolutely.
Lovely game of cricket.
Yes,
man. In fact, I thought at one time South Africa were going to win it.
Yes,
when the captain was batting, yeah?
That's correct.
I thought they were going to win it, but nice cricket. And that I didn't realize the first time India has won that, yeah?
The first time.
Australia won it so many times.
Yeah.
So many
But
times.
also, first time, the 2 finalists were the first time, and whoever won will be the first time.
Yeah, correct. And I noticed, guys, there's supposed to be a match between Sabalenka and what's his name? Curious. Next week, they're going to be a tennis game between Sabalenka and Curious. I say, boy, that would be very, very
I know
interesting.
this thing is a comedy. I don't know.
Well, I want to watch it because you have a man playing. Not very often you see that.
Yes.
You see the world number 1 in women playing against a guy who, well, a lot of people say he was a pest, to put it mildly. That's how we'll put it. He was a pest, got involved in unnecessary problems. So.
About something else about our friend, you say we didn't talk cricket, but I must talk about Sebastian, that Afanez is locked in the 30s. And all I can see, Sebastian, is a form of, it's muscular endurance. Because cricket, in other sports, you use the entire body. And I look at him where he get locked, is muscular endurance. He has to go and build up his body. Build up his body. I looking at the Indians, men, how they look presently. And I know they're into a lot of weight training, strength work. Right? You look at, so this, I think, is his problem. He get locked in the 30s a lot of times. I don't know why.
Well, we'll talk about that when the time comes. I just want to say big up to some people who just went back. Gerald and Jennifer Green back in New York. Dave Joseph, a guy who always listens to our program. Good night, bro. Dodal, good night. I know, Dodal, you okay? Good night. St. David Shillingford, good night. I know. Even Ozzy Lewis, I met Ozzy last week, coming from the hospital. Ozzy, and we have to always big up our elderly people. And I want to say good night to all of them, all these fans of Ozzy who are always listening. And as you know, he's no longer on Sports Rap, although he's welcome anytime. So Dave, good night, back in New York. Jerry and Jennifer, back. And Shane, you told me to big you up tonight. Good night. I want to say good night to you. And all our people around. Hilary Joseph in Portsmouth, Gerald Cobbett, Pat Cobbett, Annan Hezo in Salisbury, Waverly, everybody. Right. All the CO is done, guys. Dr. Franklin, it's time for serious business. And you guys had a press conference today. And one thing I want to say, you have some people with negative talk. Don't go and confirm them. If you don't, you figure that the law is passed. There's nothing you can do now. So to not go and confirm, you're going to cause more problems for yourself and make the incumbent things easier for them. What I would advise people to do is go and confirm. Because what else can you do? Okay, you can say you'll place an injunction, but the easiest thing now to do is to go and confirm. But I heard something today, and that's troubling. When I heard Ronald Charles say, they're telling people in Mount Prospect they must go to Trafalgar to confirm. Now you can see that blatant, because the records will show that the Labour Party have never been successful in Mount Prospect. So it's a straight case of let's disenfranchise these people. They wouldn't go, so at least these are votes that wouldn't bother us. And it's just wrong, Dr. Fountain. It's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. And as I said at the press conference again today, this is the Labour Party mapping out a strategy as to how to win effectively. Because I think the plan quite simply is this. If we're able to register more of our supporters than the opposition, as soon as the process ends in a year's time, we call a snap election, and we win because more of our supporters would have registered. It's very unfortunate that is what we have been reduced to. And that's why we've been calling very strongly on the Electoral Commission to reintroduce the birth certificate. That's the only way you're going to ensure that everybody who wishes to confirm get confirmed. And I think it is wrong. You cannot impose a cost on people. You cannot tell people that you have to get a passport to confirm. You get a passport if you're going to travel. So they're changing the laws, changing the rules. It just does not work.
Shifting the goalposts.
Shifting the goalposts. And the fact that the Labour Party seems to have very deep pockets and able to purchase passports on behalf of their supporters makes it an uneven playing field. And the electoral office must absolutely step in. So if they're going to insist on the passports, either they make sure everybody get a passport, and you can do that by having a passport amnesty, so that persons who cannot afford a passport will get one, or you simply revert to the birth certificate. And I don't understand why that cannot be done. That's a very easy thing. That was what was advertised by the electoral office. So they must have thought at one point that was the way to go. And also, I think it is. I think legally there must be a ground to say that you can use a certain means to register, to get on the list, and once you're on the list, you can no longer use that means to keep you on that list. Something is not right about this legally, and so that's why we have to bring in the legal minds, the lawyers, to look at it, because we have to look at every possible avenue. But I think the easiest solution, Sibo, quite frankly, is to reintroduce the passport, the birth certificates. Allow people to use birth certificates, because we are not in a developed country. We are not overseas. We have no national ID system where everybody gets an ID, and you cannot put a cost on people. You cannot make it so onerous that you did not have to have a cost to register, and now you have to go impose a cost for you to reconfirm. It is wrong, and I hope that electoral office, before any more delay, move to put an end to this and reintroduce the birth certificate.
I understand, though, Dr. Fox. I'm hearing from, radio negs or people on the street that Senator Paris seemed to have met with the head honcho and his gang, and they're willing. Apparently they seem to be putting things to revert to the birthplace. So I'm hearing. I don't know if you are aware of that. That's what I'm hearing. That Senator Paris seemed to have met with the head honcho and his group. So that I'm hearing. I don't know how true that is. So maybe Paris himself could call if he's listening and tell us if we met with him, with the head honcho. Well, he's a senator in the parliament. So
but it is the purview of the Electoral Commission, because the legislation allows the Electoral Commission to determine what means to use. It does not specify. The legislation specifies the process for registration. If you're registering as a new voter, it mentions birth certificates. The legislation does not specify for the confirmation, and so that's why the electoral office has issued the SROs. So it's up to them to decide, But I think that should be a fairly easy one, and I hope that they move on.
Well, yeah, I heard he met with them, and they're willing to. Well, we'll hear. We'll soon find out.
Let's hope.
When was the legislation enacted for confirmation?
On March 19th, 2025.
March 9th, 2025. All right, and as it stands now, that matter cannot be challenged in the court.
Well, yeah, we are looking at that possibility, because the Electoral Commission initially advertised the use of the birth certificate. It was on the radio, it was on their website, everywhere. They were advertising the use. And then one day before the confirmation process was to start, October 14th, they came on the radio and said, oh, by the way, we can no longer use birth certificates. So they had people believing that was it, and then they suddenly changed in midstream, and that is where the problem is. So we are looking at that possibility too, in terms of whether or not that can be
what is the strategy? I think that should be main a pillar in the strategy of challenging the matter in court.
Yes,
and then
absolutely.
you look at other options.
Absolutely,
to the matter.
But you know how the court system is.
But you have a matter right now in the court, and the court is considering it. $8 billion.
Yes, correct.
The court is considering it.
Yes.
So I see that's the most obvious way to go.
Yes,
and I always,
looking at it.
when such happens and people try to remain in office, I always remember my mentor, Julius Timothy. He always says to me, the worst thing that can happen when a man cannot do a job and he wants to hold on to it at all costs.
True.
And look at the stuff Dominica.
True.
That's the worst I've seen Dominica. You look at our economy, our exports. You know, you look at cruise tourism, still over tourism, other industries, manufacturing. What's really happening in Dominica? The state of our roads, with the amount of vehicles we have on our roads now, and the kind of taxes the fellows are collecting on the usage of the vehicles, our roads supposed to be in perfect order. Well, you involved in the vehicle business. I estimate over 60,000 vehicles on the road now.
Maybe more. Because every month you have a whole set come every month. In fact, a boat is coming next Friday. I can tell you that. I know that for a
It's
fact.
the quality of the roads. You see
Yeah.
the quality of roads, you know. So why people are insisting not to give everybody a fair chance at an election?
Yeah,
But let me ask a question. Dalbert Paris is still a member of UWP, right?
correct. Yes.
Right. Because I found that also he had written to the commission about this thing. So I just wish maybe probably you and him could have a discussion and find out exactly what, because if they're willing to change it, maybe it might make sense going to court if they're willing to revert to the original thing. So maybe it's something you need to find out first before people go to court. As you know, court is a process that takes a while. So that would be easy to find out because, like I said, I understood him at the head-on show and others. And he also wrote to the commission. So maybe something we need to find out from Paris himself. I'm sure he's listening. Probably he can call us before we take our first break in the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, that would be great. You know, like you said, I mean, you know, the Electoral Commission is aware of the issue. We've raised it with them. We are, in addition to the press conference, we have written to them as well. So if there is additional pressure being applied by Senator Paris, that is great. And I hope that, you know, they will hear. You know, we absolutely need to make sure that this is reversed. Because like I said, Sibo, we estimate that thousands of Dominicans are disenfranchised.
And will be
You know,
if that is not corrected. Yeah.
because there are people who simply do not want to travel, who feel that they are the age where they are not willing to travel. They don't have a passport. They don't have a driver's license. They don't have a social security card because of the nature of our working Dominica. Number of people, especially our farmers and so on, they are self-employed. You know, so that is a situation that we absolutely have to keep, you know, pressing.
You have a caller? Good evening.
Yo, Steve-O.
Yes, sir.
So you and the crew in studio.
Good night, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Steve-O, you know, I'm listening to the brothers there, right?
Right.
And I want to say specifically to Thompson. Thompson, I am listening. I listened to your program this morning with the unification of all the opposition. Good initiative. But I want to say one thing, my brother. I think we already know after 25 years almost what you're dealing with. You're dealing with the people who don't want fairness. You're dealing with people who don't want to vacate office. And my brother in studio just tell you, Landa, he just gave you a clue what Timothy said. I don't think y'all need to wait on this guy for anything for negotiation, because what they will do is wait until the last minute to say, well, we negotiate, and then they say, well, we short of time. They've done it before, and here they came and they did it again when they put that legislation that you have to have a passport as opposed to just having a birth certificate. Because these guys mean they are going to steal and do whatever it is in their interest. Here's another thing. Spend almost $1 million with Byron. And when people were speaking against Byron, the head honcho, so-called prime minister, everybody's besmirching Byron. He is a world-class,
Jurist.
Jurist, and this and that and that and that. And him, most of all, the leader of the party, paid that man Dominican people money for almost $1 million, and you get no results because he took that research that Byron put together and put it in the trash. That's how I call it, because they are not using majority of it because they don't want to do right by the people. So, like I heard you say earlier today, you want to go at every source that you can get regress, and I don't think you all need to wait. Take the bull by the horn and do what you all got to do as opposition unified and move forward for the people and the country, my brother. because this guy will wait for the last minute and say, well, we don't have time. The same thing, they have done it before many different times for reform. And they keep moving the goalposts, And you just mentioned a day before, they're running a radio advert, right? And the day before, they run to Parliament and change the law. And they, so you cannot trust this guy. That's no step of the way. Take it to the court. Let the people have it on the street. Let people decide what they're gonna do, because what you are dealing with is always an attempt of an ambush. That's how these guys operate. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. But I wonder how somebody like Byron was he feeling now. I mean, Byron came, he wrote his thing, he collected his dough, and then most of what he did, they just ignored it. So, ignored
absolutely. And the easier thing would just have been to do a re-registration.
That's all simple.
That would have
solved all the problems.
That could have been done in 3 months. That would have been over with. It has been done in Antigua. It has been done in St. Vincent.
Everywhere.
Done in Grenada. But why? And Ron, you raised a very important issue. What you have is a government that the people of Dominique, I believe, has not rejected. It is very clear to me, being on the ground, listening to people, that they no longer want this Labour Party government in office. And the Prime Minister, recognizing that and determined to stay in office at all costs, is trying everything, even to the point of trying to go to that process, which is there's a certain sacredness, there is a certain thing, because the voters list is at the heart of the democratic process. And to go after that in the way that is going after it, to try to do that mosey and to mess things up and so on. It is clear these are the actions of a man that shows extreme desperation, extreme desperation. And the question all Dominicans should be asking themselves, if after 25 years, what compelling reason does this Prime Minister have to remain in office? Not forgetting, by the way, that he promised the Dominican public through tears that he would leave office in April of 2025. So the question is, what made him change his mind, and why is he prepared to go to those lengths? These are the questions I think that right-thinking Dominicans need to ask themselves. So this is bigger than just a process. It has to go to why it is that the Prime Minister, after all of those years in office, after failing, as Ron rightly said, to develop this country, we are the worst that we've ever been in our history, and yet you want to maintain yourself in office. The question is why.
Yeah, we have another caller. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to Dr. Fontaine and Ronald, and I think Lobby is also online.
Yeah, yes. Lobby's there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is another thing very, very important which I want to talk about. The three members on the Electoral Commission, the two elected, appointed by the government and the one by the
president.
Supposed to be in his own deliberate judgment, but that guy is serving the interest of Roosevelt Skelly. These guys are selling Dominican passports, and I believe he got interest. So if anybody...
Breaking up, though. You're breaking up.
Hello?
You are breaking up. You were breaking up a while ago.
Okay, I believe that's a conflict of interest, and I want to challenge that. So if there's anybody listening to me who is willing to challenge that at the court, we need to have a conversation. My number is 285
2051.
2052. 2051. Anybody out there, we need to challenge yourselves at the court. We need to have a conversation. This is a conflict of interest. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right.
We have
Thank you.
another
caller.
Good evening.
Good evening, Sibo and the crew.
Yes, good evening. Yeah.
Hope you guys had a wonderful time around National Day. This is Independence, but I still maintain it's National Day.
Okay.
Sibo, I have a question a little off, but I find it important to ask. That issue about the opposition leader, I want to know if it has been resolved, because I listen to the news and some representatives of CARICOM, I believe, was sending congratulations on our 47 year of independence. Mm-hmm. And he mentioned the president, the prime minister, and the leader of the opposition as Anthony Charles. So that's why I wanted to know if we have a leader of the opposition.
No,
or
easy question to answer. No opposition leader. Full stop. None.
But when I get that propaganda spreading on this.
Well, I don't know. Well, as I say, it's an easy question to answer. Okay.
Okay.
All right, good.
They
We have
probably-
another
They
call.
probably named them just for the independence.
Yeah. Good evening. Hello. Hello. Okay, we lost that
The
call.
call is listening to
Yeah,
their-
yeah. Good evening. Don't listen to your radio. Are you listening to us? The caller probably listening to his radio. Okay. Well, you know, Dr. Fong said it's important that opposition forces, all of them, go on a campaign now. In fact, I heard a lady from One Prospect call on the program with you all and said she's not going to confirm. This, to me, is the wrong way to go about it because there's nothing you can do. They pass the law. What should happen now, people should go en masse and reconfirm. And that's the only way you can beat these guys. Because to not go, you're just making it easier for them.
Yes,
and I've
yes.
heard this negative talk telling people don't go. I don't think this is a good way
Yeah,
to
I
go.
agree. And that's why we're encouraging our people, those who have those IDs, to go. But as I said, there is a significant number without the IDs. And every day we are getting requests. Every day people are telling us they don't have the ID, they don't have the money to get the ID. So that is also an issue. So yes, we're encouraging people, those who have those IDs, to go ahead and get confirmed. But at the end of the day, we must deal with that significant number who do not have those IDs.
Let's take this next caller. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, you hearing me?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead. Don't listen to
Yes.
your radio. Don't listen to your radio.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not listening to the radio.
Who's that? Is that
Yes,
Mr.
Mr. Maynard.
Mr.
Yes,
Maynard.
from St. Kitts.
Mr. Maynard? Well, if you, call us when we deal in the cricket segment. By the way, how are you? You okay? We haven't heard you for a while.
Yeah, I'm doing excellent. Yeah.
Right.
I just happened to tune in,
Hmm.
and I heard you speaking in terms of the electoral reform,
Right.
and I know we had that process here.
Oh, you have that
in
going
St.
on?
Kitts.
Well, tell us about it. What's going on? Tell us.
Yeah, so I just want to say that I was very disappointed with the St. Kitts Nevis government when they went the route of
Re-registration?
Right.
Well, better. I wish we had done that here. Go ahead.
I think what should have been done, especially in Dominica, is that you have a re-registration.
Yes, that's
Because
the way. I agree with you.
The real serious problem is that which the government acknowledge and understand, which is beneficial to them, is that there are thousands of people who were wrongfully, willfully, and illegally registered in a wrong way. So you reconfirming your registration, you're reconfirming the wrong things that were done before. Where now, if it was done where everybody registered, where they live now, fresh, then it would have been clear, clean, and much, much better for the process, and which everybody then would be registered in the right way. But when you're going to ask somebody to reconfirm and they were wrongfully registered, which means you're asking them to reconfirm the wrongful thing that they would have done.
Yeah.
That can't be right.
Yeah, you're correct.
That cannot be good.
You're
but
correct.
I want to say, let me just say this quickly.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think the gentleman there is the leader. He's what? The leader,
He's the leader of the
opposition party.
United Workers' Party, the strongest opposition party. He's the leader. Yeah. Right.
And he's the gentleman who used to work in the World Bank.
Correct. You're correct.
IMF.
And he worked. Yeah, IMF. You're right. Go ahead. He worked in Sudan as well.
Well, I would say that I will endorse the Dominican public to give somebody like him the opportunity, because look at the kind of experience that he would have gathered and had over the years. I think that he would be in a better position to manage fiscally the affairs of the Dominican government than what we have now, where was a former school teacher who have absolutely no clue in terms of whether as an accountant, an economist. So I think the gentleman in your studio would be a better person to manage the affairs of Dominica. But let me also say to him that he spoke in terms of the
reconfirmation.
The confirm in terms of the registration, right? When the people reconfirm, that doesn't determine that they will vote for the government.
Well, I hope they don't.
Because in St. Lucia, every election the government change. Because the power of the people is greater than the people in power.
Yes.
So it don't matter because the government might think, well, these people support them in the past. That don't necessarily guarantee that they will vote for you in the next election. So they can give you a doggy like in Thinkit, where they pretend that they're going to vote for you and then they vote against you. They eat you out and vote you out, right? So the reality is that the next election in Dominica, which I believe is the most important election in the history of Dominica, because the present government in Dominica really has done a lot of damage to the future, to the economy, to, I mean, you name it. There are people who Dominica might be, perhaps, if not, maybe the leading country in the Caribbean in terms of migration.
Yeah, you are correct there as well. So anyway, Mr. Millard, we have to go to our first break. Thank you. Nice hearing from you. We hadn't heard you for a while. Thank you, eh? Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thanks. Let's take this last caller and then we take the break. Yeah, good evening. Hello. Hello.
Hey, blessings, gentlemen, blessings to you all.
Good night, yeah.
Just two things quickly. You see the guy talk about, the fellow talk about the prime minister and whatever, and the president, and he talk about Mr. Charles. That's how criminally minded these people are. These people will pervert and distort and manipulate everything. That's why I'm so upset with those so-called opposition people. So upset. Sibo, from day one, we are, what day one now? How many days now, Sibo? For years, we electoral reform, you come in, reconfirmation, all of that, Boston, yeah. If we have to boycott elections, all he does not understand fight. All he does not understand the rules of war. These are criminals who refuse to relent and refuse to compromise. I don't know why are you playing into their hands. Sibo, sorry to say, me myself, I'm not in that portion.
No, but listen to me. I heard you say that, and like I just said, I don't think that's the way forward now. Because what I'm doing, you can't do anything now. The law is passed. So the best way to get more people to go and reconfirm, and that way you can declare them. That's what I'm saying. Because to not go, you make it easier for them.
Sibo, yeah, those criminals, they give you 4 options, Sibo. And the day prior to the starting of the so-called First Communion and confirmation and all the foolishness, they draw down the easiest way you can go to the process. A birth paper, and you need a birth paper to go for passport. You need a birth paper for this. And come on, my brother.
Yes. Okay. So we go to break. Oh, by the way, Sarah, good night. I see you say you're listening to Gerald Cobbett. So let's go to break, guys. Let's take our first break now. Good night.
Or you where in Roseau, Kimatabis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford, all chicken parts available that you can afford fresh breast. And you know breast is the best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh. The economic hub, Dominica, revolves at AC Shillingford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. Need anything overseas? Shopbox Dominica Isle of Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings on all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas tanks, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Portersville, where the best-kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Porter's Place. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
When you want the leg, you do shop at SDA. Better than the rest, go shop at SDA. And the husband when I say shop at SDA. You get more for what is there? Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Yeah, shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. What is there? Shop at SDA. Yes, family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our price is there. That's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SDA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SDA. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, couple, neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Check us out at Portersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, in Dominica, we've got Ensueno Fabric Softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno Fabric Softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with the refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno Fabric Softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Love all over Dominica. Local agents, AC Shillingford Company. Available at all supermarkets, your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Yeah, before we go to our first guest. I want to make a suggestion to the management of AC Shillingford, Mr. Ducre and the rest of the management team. I would like you to consider renaming the ACS 7-Eleven on High Street to the Julius Timothy 7-Eleven High Street. Julius Timothy has contributed significantly to the development of ACS, and I think we should recognize him in a very significant way. Also, we want to thank Twapito for giving us water. Very good. And I encourage Dominicans to drink Twapito water. We have got too many imported bottled water in the Dominica. Dominicans, if you want to see a change in Dominica, support your local Twapito water.
Right. Abby Lawrence, we have him on the line, PRO. Abby, good night. Are you okay?
Good night, Lou.
You are a good independent.
Good night, Mr. Lando. Good night, Dr. Fountain. Good night to the listeners
Yes,
of
good
Connect
night,
5.
good night.
You are a good independent. You were in the Windsor Park gala. You were dressed in your suit, everything. Were you there?
Well, I'm not on the street jump up.
Not the
per
jump
se,
up,
but
the big gala they had in Windsor Park. That's what I'm asking. The big November. You were there. Huh?
partially.
Okay, let's get to what we will talk about now. Football. I mean, we had some important football matches last week. In fact, we have the finalists now for the Premier League playoffs.
Well, we do not have the Premier League. We just
the playoff.
The first division.
Oh, the first division.
Semi-finals was played last weekend.
Right. Tell us about that.
We will have the finals come this weekend. Last weekend we had RC Doctors losing to Bathurst State, hence Bathurst State qualified to meet with Do It Center Mighty Avengers, who defeated St. Joseph that very Saturday. St. Joseph was defeated 4 by Do It Center Mighty Avengers, and RC Doctors 2, hence Bathurst State and Do It Center Mighty Avengers will meet at 7 p.m. on Saturday for the finals, and for third place we will have St. Joseph coming up against RC Doctors. That's where the first division finals is officially coming to its close.
So the winner of the thing will go straight to the Premier League, right?
The winner of between Bathurst State and that of Do It Center will go to the Premier, and we know as usual the runners-up, the kickoff for the placement between 7-6 Cut, 7-6 East Central, that will be decided on Wednesday. So the runners-up, which will take place between Bathurst State and or Do It Center, will meet with 9th place Premier team, Ready Cash 767 East Central, to decide whether or not they make it to the Premier and that of another team being relegated. So this weekend is an exciting weekend getting into the other week. And hopefully, we will start the kick-off of the President's Cup on Thursday, the 13th day of November. So quite a few is going on as we get ready for exciting times just before the Christmas.
Abby, let me ask you, because you know the Football Association supposed to be looking after the interests of football island-wide. Now, the Football Association foolishly postponed a semi-final match because people had to go on SeaWorld, right? And that is a fact. You all postponed the game. I heard the guy after they lost, the guy from St. Joseph saying they went to that match. Now, here is a chance for you to get to the Premier League. And they hadn't practiced for 2 weeks. He said that in public on the radio. How does the association view something like that?
Well, I will not speak for the St. Joseph FA. I am one, and if you go on the records, you will see and you will hear when we were doing the draw that I, as PRO, said no SeaWorld would stop football, because we would understand that if we had to play an overseas game, having independence or not, that would not stop the CONCACAF and FIFA to put in their games. Hence, I'm not going to blame anybody. St. Joseph had a lot of time to work on their craft, so as to meet with Do It Center, because they had a great hiatus compared to the other teams that had short spaces of time to get ready for the game. So yes, they did not practice. It came to their demise, and hopefully going forward next year for the next season together, I hope all of us could sit on the table and discuss CO or no CO, let the football play.
But you know, talk about going forward. I heard the guy himself, when he was asked the question about going forward next year, you know what he responded? That he's not even sure if maybe the way he said it, not quoting him verbatim, but maybe they might even have a team, because it is that...
Well, Mr. Siddaston, this is one of the very dilemmas that we are to face. When teams are defeated and some of the players wish to move on, what happens to the community? What happens to sports? One of these good days, I pray that we will again collectively sit and discuss this, because not just them. For example, we have the DSFC, which may face the same dilemma and say, okay, we cannot fill in a team. What happens? I am one that would probably say, and I'm saying it off the record, that guess what? Probably we need to cut down on some of the on some of the very edges so we could have a better craft from the clubs. So take, for example, you have Lapin, and I'm just proposing, you have Lapin, Ganfond, Rivière Civic. This catchment area can have one formidable premier team and get the best out of them. So we develop, and the same would happen for us, so the same would happen for the Northern Belt. And instead of a village having 3-4 teams and watering down the football. So going forward, we need to look at in this light, and that is my view.
Yeah, Ebi, I want to explore a particular initiative. The playing field right next to the football house. Who is responsible for that facility?
At the moment, it would be that of the Buffett State Development Committee, to the best of my knowledge.
Where does the Buffett State team train? Because they seem to be picking up again.
They use it as their training ground.
Because when I looked at it, the quality of the ground is not up to standard. Is it something that the Football Association, maybe together with the DOC, could consider improving on that field, similar to what obtains in the sports center? It may not be on that level to redo the turf, but to see how they could regenerate the turf in that area. Because I looked at the field.
This is being considered, and Mr. LeBlanc, you have to understand that 98% of the playing fields on island belong to that of the state. The Dominican Football Association only has one of its own, and that is at Stock Farm. Yes, we would like to probably do more, but the state as well holds a great responsibility. And that's why, again, I will come for the blows for this one. That's where the sports comes.
It's right next to you.
The newly formed sports council. These are the areas we need collectively to, not just the football association, not just the cricket association, but collectively sit with a group of people and discuss this way, the way forward, because we will keep on saying that improvements need to be made, and yes, and one would have the view that football is getting a lump sum of money from FIFA and cricket is getting a lump sum of money, but when we come together collectively and put such our resources, our thinkings together we can. Because
yes.
Only Thursday, and I'm just going to close in this one, only Thursday, not Thursday, Tuesday, we had community day of service. Or how involved are we getting our own things done? Do we have to wait for someone to do it for us, or we take up the initiative like we used to do yesteryears? And Dr. Fountain can attest to that. Back then in Zanfo, for example, the young men would go and cut the terrace for themselves. They would cut the kaya to play football. And we just lost that because we believe, guess what, the DFA is getting plenty money and, they have to do. No, we have to come together as community to do it. That's my view, and that's not the view of the DFA.
Yellow, we go ahead.
Yes, Sebastian. Being very, very defensive. What Mr. Lander brought up there, I've spoken of that already. First of all, like all this going wrong. Yes, it is. I know it is the responsibility of the Buffett State Committee, number one. Number two, it is right in the vicinity of the football house and the DOC. I think, first of all, if I was in charge of the football in Dominica, this field would be upgraded to complement the football house and the DOC office. I would ensure that.
I want to ask you a question. May I ask you a question? Not being defensive.
I am not through, please.
Not being defensive, not being combative. Hello.
Okay, Ebi, just listen. Let him finish, and then you come in. Hold on. Just let him finish, and then you come in. Go ahead, Lobby.
I think, Sebastian, that sanity must prevail. All right. That I think all three parties, the Buffett State Committee, the football executive, the DOC, should get. It is long overdue. I have brought up that topic already. That is long overdue. All right. I think it's very ugly. It is very, very ugly. You have a football house, and there's a playing field right there in such a state. You have the DOC office there. Even if you're interested in football, get together with the Buffett State Committee, no matter what happened. or take the bull by the horn. Yes, Maria passed whatever she did, but part of the field is still there. But what I'm saying is, in terms of trying to upgrade the field, let it look in terms of you want a proper picture of a field, not looking so so untidy. Because I said the football house is there, the DOC office is there. That is simple. Very
okay, Eddie, respond now. Respond, Eddie.
Do you know, Mr. LeBlanc, that the Dominican Football Association cuts the grass on the field? And when you were part of the Football Association, football was played there. Hence now, I'm not being defensive. Hence now, are you saying the DFA, the DOC come together? I know that is being done, but again, when we see it with our own purview and we are not inside to know what is exactly going on, then we keep blaming. And again, we need to stop this foolishness about football. And I'm speaking, Eddie, and I'm telling you because this is not the views of the executive, but I'm speaking now as a Dominican. We need to cut off that this person is responsible, that person, and collectively we need to come together and sit, forget pride, and say, let us develop this together. One man cannot stand. We must be complementing each other. You need me, I need you, DOC need football, and this is where we need to go. When you were there, it was the same. People cried, oh, we're playing in stone. You left, people still playing in stone.
Before you continue,
we need to get together.
Eddie, when PJ Lemina was there, yes, you had Andre, and there was constantly water in the field and maintaining the field. What I am saying right now is this. Listen, I am talking, I'll allow you. I allow you. You just said in terms of working together, no one man in charge. The issue is this: the Bafestate community is responsible, but yet still, it is right in the football house and the DOC, right around there. So what I'm saying is that it's long overdue, long overdue. All things can be done to keep the field at a standard. That's all I can say for now.
Okay. All right. Eddie, before we close, I understand my sources tell me that we might soon have a new general secretary in the Football Association. Is that a fact, or you don't want to comment? Because my sources are telling me that you.
I will not.
Go ahead.
I will not comment on that information at the present.
Okay, but okay. So, well, sometimes when you don't answer, it means it's right. It's corrected. Sometimes when people stay on the fence, sometimes. Anyway, we'll move on. I just wanted to say my sources tell me that we might soon have a new general secretary in the Football Association. We'll move on. So let us summarize again now. This weekend, what's happening?
This weekend,
go ahead.
At 4 p.m., RC Doctors will come up against St. Joseph for the third place game. And at 7 p.m., Do It Center Mighty Avengers will face Bafestate. This game will determine which one replaces the DSFC in the Premier League. And the replacement for the second place versus that of Cox Redicast East Central will be played on Wednesday. And you will get more information again. I'm always available to call. Let me say thank you for allowing the Football Association and even myself. And last week, thank you for allowing Mr. Hurd to be on your program. Based on comments, we had a wonderful time. The good reviews, and we just pray that you continue to have open doors with us, that we sell out the programs that are in the football fraternity for all to hear.
Okay, thank you. So next week we'll get you. You'll give us all the details.
Next week you'll definitely get me, and I'm still proposing to you all one of these good Thursdays. Have the program stuck fast.
Well, the people that are concerned are hearing you, not us. We have no control over that. The people that can get that done, they hear you. Thank you, Abby. Good day. Thank you.
Dr. Thompson can sponsor that.
Well, I don't. He's right. They can. We have okay. Thank you, Abby. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. We have a caller. Maybe the caller. Let's hear what the caller said. Good evening. Hello.
Hi. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening. Yeah.
Yeah. Greetings. Yeah, I understand what Lovie is saying, and Lovie is correct. In terms of a playing field being right in the vicinity of the football house, in my opinion, this has nothing to do with people coming together to fix a field. The Football Association, DOC, or whoever it is, just has to approach government and tell them, hey, we need that field, give us this field, and the Football Association just take over the field. Something like that nothing about people coming together to fix a field and cut grass. No, right in your mouth. The football house, you have a field. That should be your field. So if it is, you have to go to the government and tell them, give you the field, let you adopt it, and then you do what you have to do. Then that's what that has to be done. But this thing about coming together, certain things, it only coming together, you know, certain things, it just has to be done.
Correct.
For the good of it. Certain, it doesn't need coming together for that. The football house just has to adopt that field as its own. And that's it. Thank you for listening to me.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. You know, I mean, I've watched live games before. And I always wonder why it is that field, you know, right under
like
their noses, literally their noses, cannot be fixed.
In fact, the 60-something thousand they are taking to give the Windsor Park, if they had spent that up there, probably they would have been better off. They could, by the riverside, help try to put a wall. But
I seem to recall one time when we had the president there, he talked about the wall as a major cost.
Yeah, well, he did say that. Yeah,
you know, but I don't know. I mean, it's kind of sad that right there you cannot get that fixed.
But they should really maintain that. I mean, you go there, it's ugly when it's really ugly and untidy. When you go up to see it right next to the DOC office and the Football Association. So they should really do something about it. Guys, yesterday I was watching the game. I don't know if you saw it. Barcelona, and I saw that guy score a goal, Lamine Yamal, the young guy. Man, I tell you, this guy must have beaten about seven guys. Wow. Yeah, I should have seen. In fact, I saw them highlighting on Sports Center.
Yeah,
wow. I said, the match threw free. But he's some sort of footballer. That guy, some people seem to think he's a young Messi, Maradona, whatever, but he can play. That guy can really, really play, Lamine Yamal. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we should be talking basketball. When we come back.
Sipo.
Yes, Lobby.
Yes. What has happened before you take that break, Sebastian? What has happened to netball and boxing?
Well, in fact, I heard Job this morning talking about one of the men boxers who's very ill. They say he has cancer, something like that, and they're trying to raise funds to...
At that age?
Yeah, 40-year-old boy. Yeah, that's so sad, man. I heard him. I say I have to speak to him, see if we can get him to come on. Yeah, I heard him saying that, and I felt sad, man.
Something else, Sebastian, just before you take a break, on athletics, Sebastian. Did you the first thing, did you hear anything on that speech about the track that is long overdue?
Well, I didn't. On which speech, by the way?
47 years of independence.
I didn't hear it, so you can tell. I never listened to it. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't listen to it.
That, Sebastian, you heard that. You heard Fia when she spoke about this athletic facility in Maho.
Mm-hmm.
So this is in collaboration with Fabian Flora.
Uh-huh.
Now, what I can tell you presently is this: everything is in place. That they went up instead. Doing it by the school, they said doing it by the school in terms of vandalism and in terms of maintenance. He went up to Nassif's place up in that area.
Belfast.
Yeah, Belfast, and I've secured the blessings of Nassif.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Which Nassif, by the way? Which Nassif? I know the place. When you say he's taking the blessing of Nassif, that's what I see him. Which Nassif?
The one is who kind of from Belfast.
Philip
Nassif is dead. So
what is his place? I mean,
what I'm saying, but he said Nassif. You mean Ivor, right?
Ivor. He spoke. Yes. First of all, and this facility, Sebastian, everything is in place. Seriousness. That's not like.
Low Black, you have been speaking about this with a lot of confidence. Are you a part of the organization?
No,
and when do we expect to see implementation of that project?
I am not part.
When you speak about it with such confidence.
Let me tell you.
Does not reside in Dominica.
Landa.
Let's wait and see. Let's move on. Let's wait and see.
No. Landa.
Let's wait and see.
Please allow me to speak, Landa.
Always allow you to speak.
Guys, come on, let's get serious.
Yeah, let's get serious, Sebastian. You said that, Sebastian, you allow Sebastian on cricket. You see where I am in the US? Is the influence I have with these athletes. I've been involved for years. I've never turned my back on track and field in Dominica. It's in my DNA. Fabian Flora has been confided in me. We have been discussing it. I've even given him that how the facility should be called, which he agreed. All what is needed right now, he's looking for. They have come up with an estimate of close to $65,000. All right, for this first facility. All right, it is very, very important.
So they don't have the money as yet then for it.
No, not yet. But what is important, Doctor, is this: they have secured the venue. They have spoken to Mr. Nassif, and Mr. Nassif has agreed that to them that even in terms of having a racquetball, there will be some space at the back of the pit or racquetball. But all they're waiting for, everything is in place, and sooner all they're waiting for is the funding. So when I speak London, it's not because I am here, I'm involved, and they get me involved. They get my.
Okay, guys, okay. We're going to take a break now, so that we will not have the cross talk. Yeah. Let's take a break now, please.
Come on.
Or where in Roseau, Kimashabis, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford fresh breast. And you know breast is the best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
The economic fabric of Dominica revolves at AC Shillingford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. Need anything overseas? Shopbox Dominica and Isle of Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings on all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas tanks, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Portersville, where the best-kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Porter's Place. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
When you want the best, what you do? Shop at SDA. Better than the rest. Go shop at SDA. And they often wear. Shop at SDA. You get more for less. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Yeah. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. What is that? Shop at SDA. ACS family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our prices. That's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SDA. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SDA. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, hope and power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, hope and neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Shop at SDA. Check us out at Portersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, in Dominica, we've got Ensueno fabric softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno fabric softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with a refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno fabric softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Love all over Dominica. Local agents, AC Shillingford Company. Available at all supermarkets, your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House, located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Going what we have. Yes, so we're back and we're going to be talking basketball. This weekend, on Saturday night, I think they have the Premier League best of 5 finals. I think it's the BA Sharks. They will be playing the Peebles Super Eagles. So we expect real good competition starting on Saturday night at 9 o'clock at Massac. On the line with us, we have the coach of the BA team, Mr. Jerry Williams, will soon be joined by Mr. Leonard Paul. I think he's on as well, the coach of the Peebles team. So we have both gentlemen. So let's say good night. Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, good night.
Right. So, guys, well, I'm Lockett Sebastian, Ronald Lander, Dr. Fontaine, Emmanuel Loblack. So, both of you take the BA Sharks. By the way, Mr. Williams, the BA Sharks, where your team is based? Where is your team based?
We're based in Bent, the Bent Anzumi and Solder community.
Right. Oh, so that's the acronym then, the BAA. That is the
Bent Anzumi and Solder.
Okay. And Mr. Paul, Leonard Paul, your team is Peebush?
Super Eagles.
So all the guys are from Peebush?
No. We have one guy from Axum, the school at Axum.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have Ifan Bolan, who is from Marigot, playing with us.
Okay.
Do you have any sponsors? Are any of the teams sponsored?
Well, we don't have an official sponsor. We have persons who have contributed to our throughout the season.
We need to make mention of what about Eagles? Do you have anybody supporting you financially, making a contribution or sponsoring your team?
No. Unfortunately, myself, Lenin, and the sports committee, we are the ones really doing our thing. So this year, every year we are having challenges with our basketball. So this year what we decided was the team and the sports club, we raised funds and we bought all the guys who needed shoes for the games, that we buy shoes for them. And we also paid the bus fee for every game. So to make sure that every player can come to game, because that has always been a challenge for us all the years. So this year we were able to do that on our own.
No,
we have no sponsor.
Okay. Both of you, the two teams, it's first time in the finals, right?
No.
First time, but not for the other team.
But Peebush, you have won the competition already, right?
No, we haven't won the competition, but it's our second time in the finals.
Second time. Right. So, guys, both of you, what can we expect on Saturday night? Tell us. We're listening. We want to know.
It's friendly fire, friendly rival. Because we have been at it for quite a while. Even from the youth level, there has been an off season with some of the players from the BA Sharks who have played in different teams. And so it has always been a friendly rival when we meet each other.
Jerry, number 23 and number 7 on your team. What are their names? Whenever I see your team play, these are the two most impressive players. The very tall guy, number 23.
Jamal Peltier from Marigot. And number 7 is, I think it's Jaden Scotland. He's from Bent.
So who are you looking other than those two players? So what are your expectations of the rest of the team? Who are you looking at?
I would say the team is very balanced. If you look back at our season, any given night we have players who step up. Especially when the opponents come and decide, okay, these are the players that they're going to mark and close out. We have had this young man, Nigel Benjamin, who was come off the bench and scored for us. We had Christian Scotland. He has been coming up big for us for the season. We have had a few players, if you look at the stats, they have come up. So it's a balanced team. We rely a lot on defense, defensive pressure, and then we break out. So it's I wouldn't say the difficulty with our team. We don't have one set of players that will come out one night, and if you close out these players, the other players would also step up.
Okay.
So Len, okay, Lobby, you do ask. Go ahead.
Yes. Just a question I want to ask. Few questions. You just from talking about defensive pressure. Is it full cut or half cut pressure? Usually you instill in the
90% of the time we play half court pressure. We use the lines as our additional defensive player in a sense, and at times we do apply the full court pressure.
Are the players very comfortable with a full court press?
Yes, they are. One of the things is that we realize our size and our youthfulness, and we use that as our advantage.
Okay. Earlier on, yes, the question was posed to you all about sponsor. You just brought back to my days of my team playing in Roseau in the Windsor Park. All right, because I was a member of the Shack team. Shack, a number of the teams we had there, we raised our own funds. All right, and the question was asked from both of you all what to expect on Sunday. And one thing about
Saturday.
Sorry, on Saturday, as you said, you'll have off season and guys play. One thing in the Windsor Park, we all played together. I mean, it's off season and so on. But when it came for the league, all right, I want to win, you want to win, and at the end of it, there was love. There was love in the game. All right, I am hoping that this thing will exist after. Though in terms of the referees, guys have to, because first of all, guys understand we use FIBA rules, and if you look at the FIBA rules, the officials, all right, they're very, they're sharp on that. There's no contact, and they call you fouls, and guys have to understand that they call a foul, keep on playing. The game is not over. All right, and I wish both teams all the best and continue doing the good work.
I have not seen the Super Eagles in action. I've seen the Sharks several times, and I made mention of number 23 and number 7. Where the Super Eagles are concerned, who are the outstanding players? Who should we look out for on Saturday to make the difference on the court?
Okay, so on Saturday, our starting 5 is usually Shama Felicite, Lenin Paul, Kelan Paul. We have Mondi Thomas, and we have Ifan Bolan. Usually, that's our starting 5.
Who's the playmaker there? Who's the point guard? Who is the point guard?
Point guard. We have Lenin playing point guard, Kelan playing point guard, Shama also. But we usually rotate players even while on the court based on how the game going. We usually rotate players because Lenin can play other position also as Shama. So we usually swap on positions.
Is your team as youthful as the Sharks? Because I found the Sharks to be a very youthful team.
Yes, we are a youthful team. I mean, I will give that to Sharks. Sharks is younger than us for sure. But yes, we are running team like them. We both play the game full energy, yes.
Let me ask you though, Leonard, in terms of obviously Pebu, so how many bus loads do we expect at Massacre on Saturday night?
The crowd.
What did you say? You're right, yeah. Your crowd, obviously. Pebush is playing.
Oh, my
so you
club.
expect a whole contingent. No, Pebush. Yeah, for you all. Eh? But
Well,
both teams are neighbors. You all are neighbors. So
yes, we are. Yes, we are.
A lot of traffic should be
And that's
coming
why I
from
was
that
even.
side Saturday night.
And that's why I was even surprised that at least the first two games could at least be in the community to sensitize the fans and get them to come to the rest of the games in Massac.
Well,
So that's
last,
why I was
hold
hoping
on.
at
Last
least.
week we had the president here. We asked about that because both teams are out of town. I think
Exactly,
he said
and they're not.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So we
But
could at
did you all discuss that with them? Both of you team, the two of you.
Yes, I'm not sure why it turned around because as far as I know, that game was supposed to play in Pebush. I'm not sure why they moved it back to Massac.
Oh, okay. Because it would have been
So
good.
I was hoping they would give us this one.
He said that the president said that they would play in Pebush.
Yeah, give it to us and at least give Benz the other one on their home court. And then the balance of the games could play at Massac.
Right. That would be the best thing. I wonder the president is listening and he can call.
I really expected that from them.
Yeah.
What's the schedule for the 5 games? The first one is in Massac. What about the other 4 games? What's the schedule?
Well,
Has it been set?
That's what I don't know yet, but I think Jerry is part of the committee. Maybe he would have an answer to that.
Well, Jerry, you answer. He just said you're the part of the committee, so you should have to tell him what is the fixture is what then. Saturday you play one on Saturday. When do you play again?
Saturday, Wednesday, and Saturday next week.
Oh. Saturday, Wednesday, and Saturday. But it's the best of 5, right?
And then after that, it depends on if the series is tie or whoever. If it's not a 3-love, or if we have to play. But definitely Saturday this week, Wednesday next week, Wednesday or Thursday next week, and then the Saturday of the next week.
But I think, Jerry, that is a I don't know. I can understand that because if you have the best of 5, there should be a schedule for the 5 games. Now that's what I know. You should know it for the first 3. There should be the first 5 games, and hoping that if it's only the best of 3 is okay, but you should not wait for the best of.
It's the best of 5. You schedule Saturday, Thursday, or Wednesday of next week, and then the Saturday, and then it just goes. It goes back to the same thing the following week, which would be the Wednesday, Thursday, and the Saturday. So basically, the 5th game would end on the Saturday.
Okay. Leonard, I heard you were talking about
can you speak about a little, please?
Hello. Yes, Leonard. Yes, you were talking about your point guard. Are you playing?
Yes.
Are you playing because are you playing with 3 point guards and 2 forwards?
No. When we usually play with 2 guards, 2 forward and a center.
Do you have a shooting guard?
I'm saying,
do you have a shooting guard? Do you have a?
Yes, sir. Yes, small forward. A small shooting guard. Yes.
Yeah, but yes, in terms of that, any rebound, do you have a designated point guard that has to engineer the play? Do you have that person?
Yes, so that's what I'm saying.
Or the ball, the rebound can go to either one or the other.
Yes. So, like, we usually had David, who is also a guard. We usually used to use him in that position. You understand? But now he's gone. So Lenin can also play that position. So that's why I tell you we are flexible. So then however the game goes, we usually rotate our players into different positions.
Yeah, because when I heard about 3 point guards playing, I as a bit.
Your voice is a little low. I cannot hear you though.
Yeah, when you mentioned about 3 point guards, I was asking myself whether what really is going on. But now you have explained your system. I understand.
Yes.
Hold on, let's take a call. Maybe it might be the president. Hold on. Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening to you. Thibault is not the president.
Okay,
but,
all right.
Leonard,
You're calling all the way from Texas, right?
Is the other president?
Yes. Yeah. But the funny thing, you're talking about basketball, and I hear you talk about the Eagles and the Ben Sharks. So I used to play basketball back in the days and represented Dominica in '97 in CARICOM games. in Jamaica. A lot of people don't know about that. But
Get
playing
it?
with these guys, and
No, go ahead.
What's that?
Go on.
Oh no, and I just want to say I'm very, very, very happy to see that the rich tradition of basketball that has gone unnoticed in Peebush and Benz is still alive, and I want to say kudos to those guys because these two communities are communities I'm very, very familiar with. I went to school in Peebush and grew up in Benz, of course. And for those who are hearing these guys for now, Peebush and Benz have always had and produced very, very, very good basketballers.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think for the lack of courts and resources and I totally agree. These two games should have been played up in the north. But good luck to the guys, and I'm very happy to see that the rich tradition of basketball in this community have continued over the past 30-something years. And keep it up, man.
Thank you. Lobby, a while ago you were saying that about the free guards they play. You're a bit confused with that.
No, I said I have understood his system. Then he explained why he has this 3 point guards. Because normally in basketball you would play if you have 2-on-5, you have your shooting guard, you have your point guard, you have your playmaker, you have your center, and you have your 2 forwards. But I understood his own system. He has his own system.
Well, the team you support in the NBA are playing the free guards, and they're doing very well. The Los Angeles Lakers. They're very Williams. They play the Lakers now. Are playing free guards. Marcus Smart. Let me talk, man, please. And you come. Marcus Smart, Austin Reeves, and Luka Doncic. They play the free guards. Huh?
Yes, but they always have this playmaker, this guy responsible for the engineer. To this, no matter what happened, how much you have ball rotation, and also you have a shooting guard. You have a shooting guard, and somebody said the guy is hot. The hot man, if you have 2 guys hot, you look out for them. You have to look out for them, So I understand, what the guy, I understand his system. All I can tell you, all the best.
So, gentlemen, your team, no injuries, everybody's fit. You're on both teams. You all guys have everybody fit.
We have one player who has an ankle injury, but it should be well rested by now.
Okay, and Leonard.
Well, in terms of rest, we okay, but we have one player who has an ankle issue, which usually acts up on whenever he plays. But I hope we can pull through with that.
I heard you talk about Leonard about buying shoes, but do the guys have the right kind of sneakers to playing on? And tell me about the courts up there. Is it concrete structure? The flooring in both Peebush and Ansime and Benz?
Yeah, Peebush and Benz is concrete, yes.
Absolutely.
In terms of right shoes, yes, we have good basketball shoes. Those that can support your ankle. Yeah, those are what we usually wear. Yeah, we have good shoes.
Yeah, that's one good thing about Marsac. The surface of the court is a hybrid surface. And I see guys are falling on the surface and not bruising. Okay, it seems to absorb some of the shock. So I was very impressed with that when I went to the Marsac court. Now, you play at 9 o'clock. And to enter there is only $5. But I understood that at 7 o'clock there's a special game. Do you want to speak about that, Terry?
There's a Masters game. Yeah, there's a Masters game. A team from Guadeloupe is supposed to be on island. That is 767, and then they'll be playing against 767 Dominica, which is a Masters team from Dominica. So you see veterans like the Donny, Lynch, a few players coming out.
Peters, I understand Maggie Peters will be playing in that game.
Yes,
Peters.
Right. So we should see some veterans coming out. So it's a good night of basketball where you're seeing the past players doing their stuff before we have the younger players, the younger generation of basketball. So
in closing, I think that's good value, good entertainment for $5. It's only cost you $5 to get in there, and you've got the Masters game. First of all, then you've got the finals, the first game of the finals. So I encourage Dominicans, I will be there, to go out and support basketball. and make your contribution to sports in a meaningful way.
Anyway,
Yes,
guys,
Fernando, we would appreciate that. Yeah.
The final word, both of you guys, tell us on Saturday night. Let's go on. Tell us before we close.
Well, you can expect a very exciting game. Like I said, it's two young teams. You expect to see plenty energy. Well, I can tell you we are very hungry for that because we missed it last year and we decided this year we're going to put our very all into it. We know Sharks is not an easy team. We don't underestimate no teams. Sharks are our friends. I mean, we usually, they even come to Pay Ocean or court and usually practice with us. So good spirit in the game, but yeah, you expect an exciting game for sure from us.
Yes, and Jerry?
Yeah, again, friendly rivalry. The game is going to be an intense game. I know the guys, because of the, usually it's like a derby. So you know how derbies are. So it's going to be an intense game. Same style of basketball. One thing I want to mention, and I want to big up the Sharks players. Our players stem from Marigot, Benz, Anzime, and Solar, Portsmouth, and all the way to Colio. Young guys, teenagers, majority of the players are. And then we're only 3 years in the National League. Our first year we were Division 1 champion. We did not make the playoffs last year, but this year we're now into the final. So I'm very proud of the guys. And I'm just looking forward to for them to put on a very good show for the public. And it's two good teams.
Right. Thank you, then. Thank you. We wish both of you all the best. Well, only one team can win, but we'll be following you all. And probably whoever wins, we'll probably bring you back on after whichever team wins. We'll invite you back on Sports Wrap. Okay, guys?
So the Sharks will be back.
Oh.
All right. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you. Good night.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So, see, Ron is going to be there. I'm going to be there. What about you?
Not Saturday night. I'll probably see one next week. Next week. I'll see one of the games next week. So you guys going on Saturday night, right?
Yeah, I normally go to support sports whenever sports is playing. Next week. And I want to credit DBS Sports for covering sport in Dominica very comprehensively. Especially, what's the name of the sportsman?
Gavin Richards?
Richards.
Well, that's his job. Remember,
that's his job. But
that's your job.
The way he goes about doing it and the extensive coverage of all sports in Dominica is very good. I wish the other radio stations could retain a sports
they'll never get a sports
report of that nature to make sports a part of their news package.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. So what we'll do now, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll talk cricket when we get back.
Or where in Roseau, you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast. And you know breast is the best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks. It's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always ready.
The economic fabric of Dominica revolves at AC Shillingford and Company. For timeless, trusted, dependable, comprehensive insurance coverage, it has to be New India Insurance. Need anything overseas? Shopbox Dominica and Isle of Freight is your advance on-time delivery right to your doorstep. For super savings on all your groceries, come to ACS Super Shopping Center for laundry, groceries, cooking, beverages, and event supplies on King Jonathan Street. ACS 7-Eleven on High Street, supplying your everyday essentials. Fill up your vehicle gas tanks, get your cooking gas, and top-ups of all kinds. Or go to 7-Eleven Portersville, where the best-kept secret is conveniently located upstairs in the confidential escape or staycation self-contained accommodations at the Porter's Place. AC Shillingford, where you spend less and get more.
One day, you do shop at the Better than the rest. Shop at SDN. And they all gone well. Shop at SDN. You get more for life. Shop at SDN. Shop at SDN. Yeah. Shop at SDN. Shop at SDN. What is that? Shop at SDN. Yes, family, customer friendly, with free locations, it's so convenient, and our price is that's where you belong. So tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCN. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCN. Auntie, nan, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, open neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SCN. Shop at SDN. Shop at SDN. Shop at SDN. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Some laundry detergents may miss the mark when it comes to adding softness to your loads. But fortunately, Dominica, we've got Ensueno fabric softener. Ensueno is the conditioner of laundry care, making your clothes feel butterfly soft. Discover Ensueno fabric softener. Long-lasting, nature-inspired fragrances protect your fabrics. Revitalize your laundry with the refreshing scent of spring fresh Ensueno fabric softener. Makes your clothes fluffy, alive, and vibrant. Love all over Dominica. Local agents, AC Shilling Company. Available also markets at your favorite friendly neighborhood outlet or shop. Use Ensueno.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Have business clients coming in and need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects.
Poland has make two. Yeah, the next main area we want to talk about is cricket, a little local cricket and then Westerners cricket. But there are two regional competitions taking place right now. Dominica is scheduled to participate in the upcoming Under-23 regional volleyball competition. And we're looking forward to that. At some time or the other, we hope that we can have the management, the captain of the Under-23 football team, Under-23 volleyball team with us in Sports Wrap. Also, table tennis. Dominica is now participating in a regional table tennis competition tournament in Grenada. I think it goes from the November 7th to 9th. And Dominica team traveled today to Grenada. So that's another sport that we should be looking out for.
Grenada, they went not Trinidad now? No, you sure?
No, it's regional Grenada. Now, where cricket is concerned, the Kalinago League final should be on very soon, maybe this weekend. And we need to pay attention to what's happening in the Kalinago League because the Kalinago territory has produced some excellent cricketers. Kavim Hodge, Julian Tyson, Sino Fountain, and Benjamin. So they've been doing very well in there. So we need to pay attention to what's happening in the Kalinago League.
Sanford
earlier on. Sanford earlier on.
Well, you know, we only have one player on the Windward team, by the way, for the Super 50 that starts next week. Dominica only has one player.
Where could, and we spoke about that already, how could Gillan Tyson make West Indies B team 50 over team and he cannot make Windward Islands team? So we spoke about that already. The other major area I want to talk about sports, and it's a major area of concern, the status of the Botanic Gardens cricket field. After the independence celebration, they use all the lawns in the gardens. The lawn by the Convent High School, the lawn lower down by Coca-Cola Factory, and also use the cricket field for entertainment purposes. And if you see the status of that cricket field now, we only have one cricket field in Roseland environs. And the status is very, very poor. So like the Cricket Association, the Sports Division, the Sports Council, we have a Dominica Sports Council to say something to address that particular situation.
Well, I was hoping we would have started back this weekend. I say we because I'm playing, you know.
In gardens?
Yes.
No, you can't play any games in gardens. There's a road right now on the field.
Wow.
There's a road. It's badly deteriorated. So I don't think there can be cricket there in the foreseeable future.
Yes.
We have a caller.
Yes.
1 minute, Dobla. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Lando was very interested to hear you talking about the gardens. And I'd like to hear people like Irish former police officer and some of these fellas in the sports division, or like Benny Pascal and them fellas. I'd really like to hear what they have to say. And you know, he's talking about that transport was driving on the cricket pitch itself this time around, you know. But because they wanted to kill for playing little football, there were more prisoners in the field than anything else. They wanted to kill us, RSS, Irish commanders, couple times to RSS, you know, for stopping the...
Which Irish? Edgeworth Irish?
Edgeworth Irish, a former policeman. Man only tell us already traveling already. Literally come behind us already. Right? And them fellas I watching that day in the gardens. And the other thing about it, they can put up those things for the commencement. But when it comes to remove them, my brother is still. We have to be taking all the nails, screw, bottle covers, and all that because we clean up on the field, you know. But it's us there behind, for us not to have a little spot to take a little sweat. Us there behind. But those ignorance, before they never used to touch the field, the trailer, you know, when Flo had that. They never used to touch that. Right now, my brother, it's just the guy, it's just like, watch out. You know, they throw some pumice sand and all that on the spot for vehicles to drive while the rain was falling. All that they did, you know. I tell you, but it's nice to hear you saying that. But those fellas that I like to hear what they have to say about that. It's those kind of people.
Well, Irish always listening, so he can call. He always listens to the program. So.
Yeah, they always like to say what they have to say about that. That is really pitch the field that in damage that to get. And you thank me.
Yes, Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
Sibo,
yes, brother.
As the last caller said there about the pitch, Sebastian. I'm shocked because, as I said, never used to happen before. And when I was involved with the Independence Committee, if I'm Dominican, but in culture also, when we would have the gala, Sebastian, the gala, we would always protect them, fence them wicket, Sebastian. That is one thing we did. I'm surprised to hear this heinous, that was a crime that had been committed in the gardens. It is very, very sad. You have nowhere else to, there's any place you can go and play cricket in Roseau. You cannot go, there's no technical wing. You haven't got Pottersville Savannah. You haven't got, where can you go? Sebastian.
That's a matter for the authorities. We have no control. They do what they want. Soon, next month, you'll hear they have a Christmas village here again. So, to make it worse, yeah, that's what will happen. They'll have soon a Christmas village.
But the question is this. I would like you all to bring the president, the secretary, somebody from the Cricket Association on the program.
But the Cricket Association have no control over that. They have no control over that. The people do what they want.
We are getting people from the West Indies board to come on our program, on Sportsrad program. What's the problem getting the guys? What is the problem?
Okay, let me tell you that. Wazim Akram had a coaching thing last week. I went to Portsmouth. No, Cricket Association had nobody there. You want to know? Members. I was there. He had a stint at coaching fee for 3 hours. They were not there.
I mean, this.
All right. Well, cricket, West Indies, Simo.
Yeah, well,
they've won.
They won
4 in 5.
Well, they won 3 in Bangladesh. They won the series.
4 in 5.
They won. They should have won this morning.
Yes.
Agreed, they were in trouble, but a lot of things going wrong. I don't. First of all, the match they won, the first one, they batted first. When you're chasing 200 runs in a T20, the rate could go up to as much as 15. 2 good overs from the opposition, the rate will go up. And that's exactly what happened. So West Indies towards the end, the rate was 115, but they should have won, really, because 12 runs, 2 men batting well, you would back the batting side 99 out of 100 times to win. And it was sad, it was sorry that they lost that game this morning. And as I say, a lot of things. Why would you play a main bowler who normally opens the bowling for you, Akil Hussain, and in 2 matches he has bowled 1 over. 1 over. And I'm trying to understand, what is that?
Yeah. I heard Shehope intervention on that. He said that at the stage of the game they did not want to bring him in and so on, which is kind of odd, because as you said.
But he always opens the bowling. Now, you see, again, they get carried away. In New Zealand, as you know, you see more grass on the pitches.
Yes.
If you do not want, if you have that problem, there's Sharma Springer, who's part of the squad, who is an all-rounder. Play him, he can bat. So he can bowl seam up as well. But to bring a man who is purely a bowler, batting at number 10, he bowls 2 overs in 2 matches, that is a nonsense.
In the last game, that the over he bowled, how many runs was scored on that over?
23. No, but that's not the point, because when it's called to bowl, that is not okay. The match before, he took 1 for 4 in 1 over. He didn't bowl again. He took 1 wicket for 4 in 1 over.
Because I think our bowling, I don't know what happened to Sales in that game, because Sales was very loose too. We had a lot of loose bowling, and the pace bowler from Guyana, he always bowls very loosely. He bats very well sometimes. He feels very well, but generally his bowling is very loose. And that's why New Zealand was able to score all that runs. When it was our turn to bat now, our upper order failed miserably. The amount of batsmen starting from King to the youngster from Antigua, from St. Lucia, these guys just did not apply themselves. And an area that registered with me, I didn't look at the whole game, I always look at highlights, is our boy Alec Afanas. He always gets good stats, 30s, 50s, and then he plays irresponsibly and gets out. So right now we're going to deal with that. Interestingly, there's an addition to the management team for the New Zealand tour. For the first time for a long while, it was done in the earlier days with Clive Lloyd, we've brought in a clinical psychologist as part of the management team, Christian Hurdle. Do you know this guy by any chance?
I heard of him, I don't know him. But you think that will make any difference?
Well, yes, if you go on young boy, you're going to focus on mental skills and performance coach.
I think that's important.
And I think our mental problem, we've got a serious mental problem in the West Indies team.
Look, what I've seen from Afanas, it does appear that he's getting more confident. It does appear that his talent is on display. And as you said, it's those rash shots that get him out. But except for 1 game out of the 5 games where he really failed, I think he's been able to apply himself.
But see, when you get up to 30 to 50, so I think as a cricketer,
yes, so that's
your eye is in.
So
You're supposed to take your time.
I'm
and
agreeing
back
with you on
properly.
that. I'm agreeing, and I think that's probably where the coach, the psychologist will come in and could actually help him with that.
No, but you know what is annoying you? You can't get out as a batsman the same way all the time.
True.
Can't you doing that all the time? All the time, get out the same way, try reverse sweep and all this kind of foolishness. They just play conventional strokes, that's all. Bat properly. You don't have to be trying all this fancy nonsense, and then you get yourself out and the team in trouble. Yeah. And what happened to Shehope was a bit slow this morning. His strike rate was a bit slow, so fine. But again, in the batting order, I would not have sent Ogis at that time. If the rate had gone up so high, what's the point of holding back Powell? And I don't understand it. You send somebody up and see if they can try something, get the rate. Sometimes all you need is 2 big overs. What happened in New Zealand? They got this big over of 20-something, And then after they got another big
From
and
Campbell,
well,
yes.
of course, that drop catch didn't help of August. That was a sitter. The catch he dropped of the guy. So again, I say I don't understand. King shouldn't be playing. He's been failing. Okay, they dropped Rutherford because he has been failing. Similarly,
Well, I
Brendan
think
King should be dropped.
I don't expect to see him tomorrow night.
Well, it's not tomorrow. It's Saturday night. Huh?
Saturday night.
For people who Saturday night and Sunday night, 8:15, 8:15 both nights.
That's a better hour.
Yeah, it's a good hour. Saturday and Sunday night, 8:15 for people.
So that's why you're not going to see basketball on Saturday night.
I'm Sibo.
Yeah.
Sebastian. Just looking at West Indies players, Sebastian, or players, analyzing it, I call you up look at the players first of all. And Afanas, for example, to me is very comfortable in the 30s. That makes no sense to me. At the end of it, people get tired if you're tired. And when the first time when they were on the team, he was on our program, Hodge and Afanas. Afanas, remember where you came from. Remember that, Afanas. Remember that. When you get to bat, you will be remembered at the end with 3 figures, not in the 30s. You remember. Now I'm looking at this bowler, our bowling, Sebastian, our bowling. If you look back at what our performances in the bowling department, we are very loose. We have been able to lose a number of games. We're giving away a lot of useless runs. Sixes. All right. Now this bowler from Guyana, Shepherd must realize, whenever he brings the ball up, he's more effective. Whenever he bowls short, he may get a wicket, but most times that short pitch delivery has been put away. All right, it's been put away, and I think the action he has, he should be able to bowl a good Yorker, 1 or 2 Yorkers every over. His action remind me of it was Alfred. It was from the man is slinging action.
From where? Pakistan?
Not Pakistan. It's Bangladesh or Sri Lanka.
You mean no? You're talking about what's the name?
Malinga.
Malinga.
Yeah, Malinga. Yes. The action he has, Sebastian.
Well, he bowls with a wrong damn type. That's what.
Yeah,
he bowls
and I believe
so he hasn't got a high action as such.
Yeah, but with practice, you should be able to bring it at least a Yorker, a good Yorker. He has too many short pitch deliveries. You're not fast. You have no tearaway pace. It's 130, 140. You have no tearaway pace. All right, but be a little bit more consistent. All right,
Yes, I agree.
because we're giving away a lot of runs.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to make a comment on Afanas, and I think I have watched him bat every single innings for the past 5 games, and I have seen a difference in his batting, notwithstanding this obvious flippant way in which he gets out. And if you look at his strike rate, healthy strike rates, 170, 180, and so on. So what that tells me is a player who is finding
170,
his feet.
180?
172, yes.
When?
His strike rate in the first game was 172.
Which game?
Was 160.
No, 130 was his strike rate last night. 25 balls he faced.
Last time, no, but
So
the game
25
before was
balls.
170,
When he scored 52.
172. It
No,
was
that's
78.
against Bangladesh he made that.
No, against New Zealand, his strike rate was 172.
He didn't score 50 something.
No, he scored
60
something. I'm talking about the strike
16
rate.
runs he scored, in the first match.
Oh,
Ali
so-
only
so-
scored
so
16 runs.
against Bangladesh.
Well, Bangladesh talking about, not
Against
New Zealand. He only scored
Bangladesh.
16.
Yes, it was
and
his
last
strike
time he
rate
batted
was
25 balls.
was
Yeah.
172. But
Yeah.
last time was 160.
138.
138.
Last, yeah.
Yeah, but I see someone who's growing in confidence, and I believe that just a matter.
But you see, the thing about it, if you look around, most people who bat at the top of the order, you see them making 70s, 80s, and that's what I'm saying. So you can't be making 30s and all. When you get a start, because most runs in T20 are made in the first 3 or 4. That's when most of the runs are made. So when you get up there, you have to continue. You have to go on, and you cannot get yourself out. That's what's happening. You get it yourself with this reverse sweeps. Just bat. Bat. And that is not what's happening. So when you get this start and then you get out, sometimes It makes no sense. It's of no use because you're not really helping your team.
But let's see what the effect the psychologist could have in getting him prepared, mentally prepared. I think that's his problem, because you could see he has a talent, and the commentators are talking very highly about him and his talent, but he just continues losing his head. So can the psychologist, Mr. Hurdle, work with Afanaz to ensure that he can concentrate for an extended period of time to get beyond 50, to get into 80s and possibly a century? So let's see how that works.
See, well, I'm sure West Indies is now looking to at least try to win that series. Do you see any significant changes other than King, which I believe?
You mean for the next match?
Yeah.
No, but they have to. You see, if a guy keeps failing, you can't continue playing him. And, well, the people on the bench, Django's last 2 innings in T20 West Indies, 75 not out and 34 like he did against Bangladesh, and you drop him. That makes no sense at all. You have a guy and then you have people failing and you continue to play them. Brendan King really hasn't scored a run for a long time, even against Bangladesh. He hasn't scored a run. So the same way you drop Rutherford, Brendan King should be given a rest as well, and you bring Django. That's what should happen.
Should come in.
Yeah.
But on tour, who constitutes the selection panel on tour?
Well, how many on tour? All about now is one person. Well, I guess he will consult with the captain, the coach lead and the captain. That's all.
But in terms of given what happened with Akil, what do you see happening on the bowling? Will they persist with him given the kind of pitches that?
What I'm saying
in New Zealand,
the guy has been a fixture in T20 for West Indies. That is a fact, and he's always bowled the first over most times.
True.
Now you go to New Zealand because you think the pitches
but
are
a different kind of pitch. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but listen, who got the wickets for New Zealand again last time?
Well, Sapna.
And who else? And the wrist spinner. They got 6 wickets between them. The spinners. So I don't understand the guy, and you cannot have a guy who is a bowler who bats at number 10 and he bowls 2 overs in 2 matches. You might as well not play him. Play Shaman Springer if you want to bring Seamers. Shaman Springer is on the bench, play him. But it makes no sense having the guy. And and it's foolishness people talking about matchups. It doesn't mean because people are left-handed, he can't bowl at them. That is a nonsense. That's nonsense. And you talk about matchups and should also happen. You have a guy who only should bowl at right-hander as a left-hand spinner. No, that is just foolishness. If you're a bowler, you're an international bowler, you're supposed to bowl in all conditions against all players. That's how it should be.
But Sebastian, that is where I mean, say, look, I cannot see what you're just saying. I'm just laughing at that. How about a left-hander to left-hander? That is where you have bowling in the net. You have West Indies have right-hander, they have left-hander. That is where you're practicing in the net. That is where it comes in. So what is what are you talking about? I mean, I don't know what is wrong with us, No,
I sometimes wonder how do they plan. How they plan, for matches. I do not understand that. When I saw last time, the guy comes into bowl in the 16th over. Now he goes for 20-something because it's the happy hour,
Yes,
he coming to bowl at the happy hour. Men, the last 3 overs, the guys going things. So I don't understand, man.
But even I find to myself, even when Seals was very, to me, he looked tired last night.
He's not accustomed. If we be fair, he's not accustomed to playing T20. I just noticed of late because Azari Joseph and Shamal Joseph are not playing.
Yeah.
So they decided, but of late I noticed they're playing him, and again because of shortage of players. But even young August too. I personally believe, and they must not go that route where you saw what happened to the guy Andrew. People like August should be come and play for Winners and score runs. He hasn't scored runs. And this thing of putting young guys and that's putting them to 20 is not a good thing. Let you get a foundation playing 4-day cricket. Go and make runs. Because if you can make runs in red ball, you will make in white ball. And that's the mistake they're making.
Look at Jewel.
Well, I see preparing now. I guess they're in...
Are they bringing
Grenada?
Are they bringing him in for the testing?
No. He's going to be the under-19 team. They're playing England in Grenada, 7 games. Remember they preparing for the World Cup.
That should start with. That's on the
Next week they play. All matches in Grenada.
And Fontaine will also be out there too. Fontaine will be there.
So,
but then for the tests, what are the chances of Calvin Hodge, because he's now in a camp?
Nobody's going to. But I said he's going to.
He'll be on the test team.
Yeah, he's going to.
So Roach is also on the test team too there.
Can you imagine they drop Roach and they bring him back?
Roach? Western trouble.
They drop Roach against Australia because, in fact, it was right here, Miles Bascom. You remember said that when I asked the question, he said, well, Roach, they spoke to him and they decided they're going in a different direction. No, things have gotten so bad.
Is it because Shama is still out, right?
Well, he's going to be out for a while.
The Josephs are out.
Well, from what I understand, Azari Joseph is going to captain the Leeward Islands in the Super 50. That's on the 19th. When I saw that, I said, but wait now.
So is he available for the test?
That I'm trying to understand that. He is, from what I see,
he's available for
he's going, well, it doesn't appear that he's going to go for the test because he's going to be captain in the Super 50 in Trinidad, which starts on the 19th. So I don't know.
So that would be why they would have called it. They would have called him in, because if you're missing those two balls.
Well, Roach? No, Sills is talking about. I mean,
Roach.
Yes.
Roach for the test.
Yeah. So I don't understand, because you see, you don't get information. You don't hear things. You don't get information. That's what's happening. You don't get information at all. So we will see what happens. I mean, I understand the Holder himself might be in the test team as well, because you see, in New Zealand, the pitches are conducive to sim bowling and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Although he has not really, cloaked himself in all glory, Jason. I mean, he's not been as
well. I don't know, but if he'll always get 1 or 2 wickets, and in T20, that's all you want, really, 1 or 2 wickets. So we'll see what that goes. Saturday and Sunday night, 8:30, 8:15, both nights, the T20s, and Australia and India. Australia plays Sunday morning too, I think, in the 4th game.
But Australia, India won.
This morning. This morning, they collapsed, in fact, Australia.
So who won the series? India?
No, they still have a match on Sunday.
Oh, still one game left.
And I see Australia named the first test against England starts soon. And Australia and Indian South Africa play next week, the first test.
Okay.
I saw India name the squad as well.
Great cricket.
Plenty of cricket, because you see, they have to put everything quickly before the IPL. Before the IPL.
Where's Gillan Tyson right now?
He's in St. Vincent, but he's not in the Windward's team. Again, I don't know why they have done.
So who's our only player?
Stephen Pascal alone that's in the Windward's team. Wow. For the Super 50. They go to Trinidad next week.
What is St. Vincent doing?
Dominican, yeah.
What is Gillan Tyson doing in St. Vincent right now?
Well, he's a franchise player. That's what the franchise is.
And he cannot qualify for the 50 over team.
He's in the team. Pascal, Tyson talk about? Yeah. No, he's part of the franchise. The 50, each franchise is allocated 15 players. He's part of the franchise team, but he's not on the team that's going to be playing the Super 50. So I don't, in fact, from what I hear, they're looking to fire the chairman of selectors. That's what my sources tell me. They're looking to do because they're disappointed, but it's their fault. They went and did nonsense without consulting people. Now they're embarrassed. That's what that has happened.
Yeah, wow.
Because I don't understand. You have a guy who did well in the Windward Islands 50 over. He was selected West Indies A team. He had the pace, and you don't pick him and picking all. I don't know. I don't even know who they would, but who you have better than. Honestly, as a selector, when you come to pick people, you pick your best players.
Yeah,
that's how it is. So if you have that, so what I would like somebody to tell me, who is better than him? Mm-hmm. And I know they couldn't answer that. So it's just foolishness that's taking place all around.
I firmly believe if Tyson gets proper management and training, Tyson can be a potential West Indies player.
Mm-hmm.
He make the B team already, so they recognize his talent. Mm-hmm. But if you can get that kind of management, physical management, and also mental management, I think this guy has the potential to be on the West Indies team ahead of Roach.
Well, boy, I just say, you know it is already. Guys, so time flies quickly when we're having a good time. Okay, guys, so West Indies Saturday night, 8:15, Sunday night, 8:15. Basketball, 7 o'clock Saturday night, and then 9 o'clock Saturday night, Peebush and Peebush. Well, I don't want to go Peebush and Benz playing the final, the best of 5 finals that Saturday night. Right? So, guys, we have the Workers' Voice coming in after. So, on behalf of Dr. Fountain, Emmanuel Loblack, Manuel Landa, we just want to say good night. We will be back next week.